a service of CNC Worldwide.
CNC podcasts are a service of CNC News, and they're brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 member companies with business solutions since 1984. New York's health commissioner told some skeptical legislators that a state medical marijuana program should be up and running within a year, but members of the joint Senate and Assembly Budget Committee wanted to know where the marijuana will come from and why the state is launching its own study of medical marijuana when other states have already been there and done that. One downstate senator suggested that if Commissioner Nirav Shah wants to investigate the benefits of medical marijuana, he'd just use his Easy Pass and drive to New Jersey, where the law is already on the books. Dr. Shah says he has to work with the law that's on the books in New York, and that law calls for a study. It also suggests that New York should get a waiver from the federal government to conduct its program with designated hospitals around the state, and that New York will get its marijuana from the feds. The government doesn't allow shipment of medical marijuana from one state to another. Senator Dianne Savino, who has repeatedly co-sponsored a full medical marijuana law for New York, told the commissioner New York is on the wrong track. She says the federal government has never granted any state a waiver to supply it with medical marijuana, and it's inconceivable, that's her word, that New York will get one. She says the health department should be working on regulations for marijuana growers in New York. She says that way the state will be ready to go when a complete medical marijuana law is adopted someday. A new Siena poll finds New Yorkers' attitudes about the real estate market remain positive, but have stopped getting better after nearly 2 years of steady improvement. Siena Research Institute Director Doug Levy says the real estate market appears to be in a transition. It looks like buyers no longer hold all the cards. Levy says all the statewide numbers are still positive, but down at the end of 2013 from earlier in the year. An icy road caused a school bus to slide into a tree on Robinson Drive in Rochester's Highland Park Monday morning. The first student bus didn't have any passengers on board. The driver was checked for minor injuries. Police said the road was so icy, emergency vehicles had trouble getting to the scene, and the street had to be closed while salt trucks came in. Reaction continues to come in to the death of Philip Seymour Hoffman, the Fairport native found dead in his New York City apartment of an apparent drug overdose on Sunday. Hoffman was known as an actor for taking on ambitious, quirky roles, but he'd battled drug addiction for years. He was found by a friend who became concerned after being unable to reach him. Fairport High School students stamped letters into the snow on the hill behind the school Sunday evening, reading Phil next to a heart. Rochester police continue their investigation of a homicide late Saturday night on Clay Avenue in the Maplewood neighborhood. A man in his 30s was found shot in the 50 block there between Lake and Dewey Avenues. Neighbors reported hearing shots, and they saw a black SUV go tearing out of the neighborhood. That was the second homicide of the weekend in Rochester. A 21-year-old man was shot to death late Friday night in a Lyle Avenue convenience store. Our next podcast is whenever you click on one of our pages and hear one. We post updates all through the day. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.